Welcome, everybody. I'm Rob Thomas, your Microsoft Enterprise Architect, and today we're going to cover Microsoft Bookings. Microsoft Bookings is a really powerful tool that comes with your Office 365 suite at no additional cost. You'll be able to get access to this tool, set it up, and get it working on your website, on your Google My Business page, and on your Facebook page. Now, this is an easy way to organize and schedule and manage appointments. This is great for a variety of different business types, anywhere where you actually have to meet with the customer. This will empower you to create a booking page. And I really want to give a shout out to Elite Wrought Iron Gates and Fencing, because today we're going to use these guys as a sample, a client of mine, and show you how we set up Microsoft Bookings. And you can see here, Microsoft Booking is connected to their GMB page right here, and how he's using it active today. And I have a couple of customers that are using Microsoft Booking as a really great way to capture customers at no additional cost. Now, you could use other tools. There are other tools that are a lot more flexible than Microsoft Bookings, but you're going to run into the integration problem. And that is, how do you get Microsoft Bookings to integrate with your WordPress site, which is going to be your website, and integrate with your Office 365 suite, because you'll still be using Microsoft Outlook. So without further ado, let's jump in. Now, setting up Microsoft Bookings encompasses basically going into your, when you log into your page, you go to the waffle section here, you click that, and then you will click on your bookings. And then this will take you to your bookings page, which is right here. So you'll see this, and you can see, I got a sample one here, but you'll get your bookings here. You can actually go in here and actually clone it, and I can share it. But let's click into bookings. Now that I'm in bookings, you can basically see how bookings is pretty much is pretty much set up. And when you're done, your booking is going to look like this right here. So this is hosted by Microsoft Office 365. So you get this, and then you can take this piece of code that's actually done. So if I actually go to the booking page right here, I can take the embedded code right here and grab that, which is pretty much that piece of code, and then embed that code inside my WordPress site here. So I'm gonna cover that shortly. But first, I want to get through the whole configuring. So once you get booking page set up, you're gonna go to in your booking page. You're gonna basically start with your calendar. You'll be able to see your calendars, your staff. It'll be pretty much blank. You go to your page, and you just go to each section. You'll see here, and you just fill out this information. Make sure this is correct as possible. So, one page access, no. Here, customer data uses consent. I can enable the consent or add my consent information there. Didn't do that, wasn't really necessary with this customer. And then I can time increment, show available times increment 30 minutes. Minimum lead time is 24 hours. And then a maximum lead time is 365 days. So push that out. Email notification, notify the business via emails when a booking is created or changed. Send a meeting invite to the customer. Actually, I should click that one. And then allow the customer to choose a specific person for the booking. They can, but in this situation, only have one staff, so they can't change it. Bookings book when staff are free, not bookable or custom hours. I'll just book when they're free. Set that there. Page template, it's new. I can change the color. I can actually go in here and then go to WordPress and figure out what my color code is. So if I was in Appearance and I was customizing, I'm going to try to find my color code. I would add that here and then just kind of play around with the colors, how it looks. And then display the business logo on the page. That's that. So you can see here, there's a logo here. As you see the logo, give it a little bit of a branding. People know, oh, okay, this is a part of this. And then go to regions right here. I'm going to sit here in a Pacific time, allow shows. I'll set my city stuff right there correctly. Allow show slots and business name. So that's it. I'll set all that up. I did make a change, so I added that one. That's actually something I missed. Make sure. Actually, I'll discard. I'll add that. I'll update that later. Actually, I could update it now right there. Hit save. Right. And then I'm saving. I saved. So now I got the page pretty much configured. The customers is really powerful, right? Because I notice a lot of my customers, they have a hard time like capturing, gathering, getting people's information. So as people start filling out the booking, our booking, they'll go to this and they'll fill this out. They'll send them an email notification, and then what he's getting is all these lists of customers. So this is really good. So now I empower my clients to be able to track their customers, be able to pull all this information on the customers, so get their first, their last name, their email address, phone number, some notes. And then I could add more fields and get more information. So this is a really good contact form, right? And I can use this. So if I go back in my previous video, I was really talking about how to use calendars, right? So I can collaborate with the calendar there, but I can actually use that contact with my existing contact list. So this is a really good way of inside of Microsoft. So I have a list of contacts in here that I collaborate this. I can bring contacts over. I can email them. I can engage. I can see what's going on. So this is just a really good way to join these two words of contacts together, right? The next one is going to be staff. So I can actually go in here, create a new staff member, give it a name, like John Doe, change it from orange to like green, put a phone number, put an email address, put that in there, set availability hours on staff member, use business hours, don't use business hours, figure out what days off, save changes, so forth. So I can do that. I can add staff members. I can actually, when I'm in here, I can look at my directory and speed up the process and just pull a staff member from one of my directories, my members down here, right? So that's going to give me some power. Right. So now let's move to services. So in services, this is going to really empower me to do a couple of cool things. With services, I can easily come in here and just add a new service. Excuse me there. And service name, description, add a location, right? Make it available, time increment 30 minutes, 24 hours, 365 days, book when they're free. Yep. Assign a staff. So I can assign all staff members. I can assign a staff. So you see this one, I'll assign a staff. I can add some custom fields. So I can just go in here, give a custom field a name, drop down, question, or whatever. And then I can put a notification in here. So email, enable text message notification for your customer. I can do that. Notify a business via email when a booking is created or changed, right? Put some notifications, send meeting invites to the customer in addition to the confirmation email, right? So I'll do that, and then set reminders. So I can go in here, add reminders, add follow-ups, and so forth. So you want to follow up. So that just gives you kind of an idea. I can click edit, can fool around, make some changes, add some stuff, put some better branding, better wording, or so forth. So you can see here, let me go to discard changes. So that's me adding services. So I added 2 services. You can see I have one here, added one here, calendar availability, staff. I can assign staff. So I can see all of these only has 1 staff. So I assigned only 1 staff member. Then I move to the next section, which is business information. I'm going to fill out all my information. I didn't add the address. Actually, need to add that. I put my terms and conditions URL and the privacy policy URL. So they're there. I add my logo. I add my business hours right here. And then you can ignore this. So ACS app integration. This is a little bit more advanced using Azure Communication Service app with bookings, right? And then some integration will power automate. So this is another beautiful capability that empower you to do some automation built out into this. So now you're done, right? You've completed. You got your booking page. You're good to go. I'm going to use that link. If I create this link, boom, this is what my booking page look like. Like really good, like nice, clean. You can fool around with the colors a little bit more. Well, I like that white background. These little red asterisks just means they're required fields, and these are not, right? So then you can see here, hey, I'm going to click on it. It's going to let me know Monday is available, and then boom, not available on weekends, and so forth, right? So 24 hours lead out, and then they can just book a session, and I'm able to capture that information. That's the biggest thing, right? After you sign staff and I publish this. So now I've published this, right? So I went in here, it's published, and I'm able to embed it. So, and it's live and it's ready to go, right? So now, after publishing, I want to take this and insert it inside of my WordPress site. And that's where it gets a little tricky. So if you go here, you'll go to WordPress and you'll be in your pages, and this is WordPress Bakery, right? So WP Bakery Page Builder makes it, I love this, a lot more easier. You can use Elementor, but I use WP Bakery Page Builder because it's just easier, clean. I can fool around, add add elements. You can see here, I can add an element. I'd actually go in here and find HTML code, right? And you could see here is where I added it, raw HTML code. So if I click the edit button right here, you can see I added that raw HTML code right there. And I do have a Word document here that could be really helpful. And actually, no, I don't. I thought I did. Oh, I do. Here it goes. So here it is. And you can see this is the iframe, right? So just kind of look at it. So see that code, I put it in. And then when you're publishing it, as I covered, like creating an iframe code to add to your WordPress website, you're covering this because you are basically just trying to figure out like how am I going to use this embedded code? So I'm clicking embedded. I'm going to grab that, right? And if I put that in there, so this is going to get into some little bit of a coding challenge. I put that in there, it's not going to work. It needs to be iframe, right? Because that's not going to work. So I'm going to take everything from here to here, right? I'm going to take all of this, get rid of this. Don't need this. I'll use this in a different way, right? I'm going to put it into the page, but I'll replace it with this. So iframe code, right? And then embed it in the page. You see there, boom, 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 right under this element. And then when I go live, it's going to look like this. So you come to the page and then boom, look at that. And sometimes when you put it in, you got to fool around with the actual, you get the width just right and then that height. So you're increasing it like, maybe 1800 or 1600 or 1500, right? Scrolling is yes. I might want to take scrolling away, but I'll leave it. Yes, that's fine. Scrolling is fine. If it was lower, like 1,000, then scrolling, and then it wouldn't be enough for the page. So then you'll find yourself scrolling. So you get here and you'll be scrolling, right? And that's just, I don't think that's a best experience for customers. So I just like them to come to the page. They'll go through, they'll fill it out, they'll click booking, and I'm able to capture that lead, what's going on. So this is good. And then you can see how I put that page here. So if I click on it, my customers has a lot of text messages. People can come here. Hey, I want to book an appointment. Oh, cool. I can do that without doing a phone call. Boom, they can get to the same page. You can see right there. So I can get in and click on that page. Oh, okay, that's great. They get it and it automatically gets put on his list. So Robert, this gentleman here that owns this company, Elite Wrought Iron Gates, he basically, and I set booking ups here. So I'll just go in here, add the link, right? Add that link right there. Boom, 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 hit save, and then done. Right, so now I got my booking page, I got it embedded, and this becomes my page. I can make this page, its estimate, more of like a lead magnet. I could create another page, right? But I wanted to keep this, an engagement fill out page, whether engaging. I could throw a video into this page. I could create another lead magnet with another page. You fill it out, and then you consume it, and then it'll auto generate you here, and then get you to book a session, right? And so forth. So this is just really good for booking, like giving customers an option to book a call with you and get going. Now, the other big thing is, and the last thing to really cover a little bit more in depth is this customers. Every time you're booking, again, you're coming back here, you're adding customers are being added to this setup. So I'm able to capture that information. That is very, very important, because now I can use this and use a email automation tool where I can continue to market to my customers and upsell them on potential products or services that I'm offering. And then I can actually feed this information to another CRM tool, or just use this tool natively inside of here to just capture more data on my customer and kind of see what's going on and keep a good way of me individually contacting them, getting some information. This could get fed. So if I'm using ActiveCampaign, their CRM tool in there, I'm able to do some cool things with that. Or I can feed this information over to Salesforce. So I got a Salesforce license, maybe 2 or 3 licenses with 2 or 3 sales reps, and I'm able to feed information from here into that, where I'm capturing that information. I'm using maybe Zapier to integrate and move that data over. So this is where I'm going to start doing some integrations. I also can go into importing a CSV file up in here, and I can import all my existing add new customers into this booking infrastructure, and I can have that. And then again, it's available. I make it available where I can pull up their information in here, look at their information, and have that information as a contact information as a contact inside of Outlook. So that pretty much covered it. I'm going to, summarize and wrap up. Today we covered basically getting started with Microsoft Booking, getting it set up, right? Configuring, adding staff members to it, publishing it and sharing this. And I'm going to publish it. I'm going to share it on other platforms. I'm also going to embed it into my WordPress site, and I'm going to drive some traffic there so customers can fill out that contact information. And then I'm going to really be empowered about how I'm going to capture this information with all the contacts. So I'm in my customers. I'm able to capture some information. I'm able to follow up. I could do some more magic with the customer data information, and it's not coming via just email. So I have contact information coming in the system a lot more cleaner, and I can feed it into my CRM tool and use that to manage my customers and be a little bit more effective. So thanks so much for going on this journey with me to look at Microsoft Bookings. I do encourage you to set it up, start playing with it, get involved, look at the features, see if it makes sense. And by all means, there are tools that have more flexibility and more features, but just remember that you're going to be using Zapier or other integration tools to integrate these tools across all your platforms. So it gets a little bit complex. This is something really easy to use right off the back, really get you going, really get a lot of value out of this. So I encourage you to engage and start using Microsoft Booking. Anyway, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for going with me on this Microsoft Bookings journey, and look forward to seeing you in future videos. Thanks. Bye.